All right.
That is now.
Hello. Okay, welcome to VCS Any Percent. So I actually looked before this run, and it turns out in GTA Marathon 2023, there actually was no VCS runs, unless I'm missing a pre-show or something like that. But I don't think there was any VCS runs last year. So after a 2-year break, we are back with VCS. And I think for this category in particular, the last time it was run in 2021 by the Joshimas. So during that phase, it was sort of the transitionary period where a lot of runners were transitioning from international to Japanese. However, now it's more common to run in Japanese. We have accepted that this is the superior version. So there are a few strat differences, but it's mostly similar. I guess I should introduce myself. Hi, I'm Ethan. No, I am not Ethan. I'm a different Ethan. Usually you can tell because I misspell my name, but I guess Oengus pulls the username instead of display name, so that's why it shows up as that on the overlay, but don't worry about it. Anyways, I have two commentators today. I have Wolf Bloxer, say hi.
Hello, hello.
And I have Momo, who you saw in the VC bingo race. Say hi, Momo.
And also, I got cooked.
Alright, so I think we're good. Anyways, this category is pretty atrocious, I'm not gonna lie. Atrocious from a runner's POV, but it's okay from a viewing POV, you know? I hope my misery is your enjoyment or something like that. But yeah.
It's a quote.
Yeah, sure is. And actually, there's one thing I forgot to do, my bad. Oh no. Yeah, do you guys have anything to say before this run starts?
This run is a mess, technically a mess. We'll try our best to explain everything, but all
Yeah.
are mostly GTA runners or GTA enjoyers, so some of the more minute things like story and what on mission is probably skip over a little bit.
Yeah, this run is more complicated than it may seem, especially when you consider that VCS isn't as well known. So we might have to go into like a lot of the mechanics because it does differ. But hopefully we have a fun time. And yeah, I'll play the radio because why not?
Oh dear.
Oh dear. All right, so if we're ready on time, then we can start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right. Do one of you want to introduce the game? I guess. Who are we playing as?
I'll go ahead.
Yeah.
This is Vice City Stories. This came out in 2006 as a prequel to Vice City. It's way less known than Vice City itself. It's only out on the PSP and the PS2. PS2, obviously, most of you are going to know. PSP is a handheld device. I like to think of it as a Sony version of the Nintendo Switch. Might be the best way to describe it. It was great for its time. This was the last 3D game before GTA 4 and the HD universe, as some people call it. It's a really good game. It's my personal favorite. The story, we're not really going to get a chance to talk about. There's any story to follow in this run.
Yeah, after a certain point, we start doing some shenanigans, and then the story just becomes obsolete at that point. Nothing makes sense.
Exactly.
If you do want to check out the story, though, we have an NMG race coming up. Me, Momo, and Wolf will feature on it. So some 2 days from now. So stay tuned for that.
Yep.
Anyways, we're already diverting from NMG now, though. We're gonna kill this guy, and we're actually gonna death warp.
Yep.
You wanna explain why? Yeah.
Yeah. So if any of you enjoy San Andreas or a runner of San Andreas, you likely are familiar with duping of missions, that also happens in VCS in a similar style, at least for a little bit. The dupes can be a lot more complicated. We're not going to do any monster times 8 or times 8 of anything. We'll do 1 times 3, but it's mostly just times 2. Unless you're doing Los Santos dupes, which most people do nowadays, I guess, with the frame limiter rule change. But back when that wasn't a thing, a lot of people just took to San Fierro and onwards dupes. We're not doing that. We're getting straight into the action of duping. We're going to actually dupe the second mission here. So to get an on mission 0 rampage in this game, it's a little different. Instead of phone calls or anything like that, which we don't actually have in this game, we use Vigilante, specifically Vigilante. The only other thing you can use is Crash, which is a side mission that we never come across. Maybe Russian PS2, I'm not sure. We cancel Vigilante on top of a rampage, and because of the way Vigilante is coded, it actually sets on mission 0 twice. So it sets on mission 0, you pick up the rampage, and then sets on mission 0 again. Nice jump, by the way. If you hit that thing, you can go flying over the wall sometimes. So now Ethan has an on mission 0 rampage, and he's going to use this. It's just a pistol rampage. This is the one we use mostly throughout the run. He's going to go ahead and use this to set up our first dupe, Cleaning House, second mission in the game. It'll skip Conduct Unbecoming, which is the final military mission, technically, for the Sergeant Martinez. This is a very simple dupe. There's nothing really to it. It's just start the mission, finish rampage, start it again. This is very good rampage. Wow. Very lucky with the spawns. So you go ahead and starts the mission, kills the last few dudes, starts the mission again. Now, the thing is with Vice City Stories, which is unlike any of the other 3D games, you can actually replay rampages as many times as you want. And no, they don't move like GTA 3. So Ethan got lucky here and is getting another rifle from one of the guys. If he didn't, it's okay. There's a backup to get a different weapon in a little bit. Not going to worry about it, though. Now, mission's mostly normal for a little bit. This is the Street Fighter, by the way. VCS vehicle.
Basically, imagine it's BCJ. Not quite.
But worse. The premise of this mission is to go meet Phil Cassidy. Some of you may know him from 3 Vice City and Liberty City stories, mainly from Vice City. The premise is to meet him and then go get something from his old house or something that's overrun by Cholos, which is a gang in this game. They kind of fight over territory with the Cubans, if you know them from Vice City. So there's the first clear instance of this mission being duped. 2 cars spawn. Now, we are playing on emulator today. This was originally meant to be on real hardware. Due to some issues we had, we're now on emulator. If this was real hardware, those 2 trucks spawning each other could get stuck in each other. But on emulator, they don't most of the time. So here, you can see there's more dupe shenanigans going on. Those cars are catching on fire.
Oh god.
So Ethan goes, oh dear. Oh. Yeah, if you're quick enough, you can skip those cars blowing up, but here we're just using the M16 ammo. He actually ran out, but it's alright.
Yeah, usually I do it a
kills
little
all the
bit
guys
different. I usually kill the guys in the center first and then the guys to the left, but this is one of the great things
So
about
now-
VCS. You have auto aim, so you don't even have a scene where Vic decides to target, yeah.
Oh dear. So, the Japanese version of Vice City Stories doesn't have a whole lot of changes. The 2 main changes are, first one you're going to see right here. Your wanted levels, you're actually way more likely to get wanted levels. I don't know if that's because you get more chaos points or if the chaos points you need is less, but you're almost always going to get 2 stars here, where in international, you usually only will get 1. The other major difference, which will be a lot more important coming up, you take, what is it? Did we determine it was a third less damage?
It's exactly a third. And also when it comes to chaos points, some particular actions should always guarantee a 1 star.
God.
They're coded like that. Like shooting someone is a guaranteed 1 star.
Okay.
I just realized Momo is so loud for me, and I looked to fix it, and then. Okay, whatever. I'll fix it during this bit.
Am I still too loud, or was that just earlier?
No, before you were too soft, and then now you're too loud. And I think chat pointed it out too, so I'll fix it now. Anyways, we
I just
don't have
blame,
anything to do here.
That's
Okay.
just the distance from my headphone mic.
So now you saw the flash there twice. That means Momo completed both instances, skipping conduct unbecoming. Now he's suddenly not a member of the military. So he just gets one of those military guys to kill him, death warp again, and now we're actually going to have a couple normal missions. First, we're going to have a fill mission, Cholo Victory. Very basic, simple mission. Basically meant to introduce you to the police station and hospital, where if you're a first-time player, you might see those a little more often. Another key thing about VCS is, which wasn't applicable these last 2 times, but when you death warp, you actually can buy back your weapons for $2,000. Obviously, that doesn't matter now since we hardly have anything, but every other death warp, I'm pretty sure throughout the run, you can buy back your weapons. So it's very helpful to do a lot more death warps in this game compared to others. So the premise of this mission is you're doing some kind of payback towards the children. I don't really know. We don't watch scenes most of the time. So you're just gonna go to the station hospital, kill a Cholo guy, and move on with your day.
Okay, Momo, you should be good now. I'm fixing it with one hand and driving with the other. I really should have a controller cam. You'd be surprised at the way I was doing that. Oh well.
Honestly, I'm surprised you were looking back instead of sideways with one hand.
Yeah, it's
That's
because
some
like
freak shit.
I can push the analog stick down with like the palm of my hand. I can, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing with this isn't just a VCS thing, but a lot of these controller games, there are 2 control setups. It's actually important in VCS to utilize control setup 2, but some people, like Ethan here, prefers control setup
Can you
1. I
move?
am the same way.
Okay.
What is happening? Oh dear. Okay.
I don't know, the guy blocked me in for a second.
There's also an introduction to pan sprays. I assume everyone here, or at least most of you, know what a pan spray is. Or what are the
Really?
HD alternative?
Another one of these same cars block my way. Okay. My bad.
Those cars are the Yankees for you.
Is there anything else to mention about this mission? Depending on where the guy goes, he can go several different ways. You have to use whether the north or the south pan spray, like the one in Viceport. The south one is faster, right?
The south one?
Is it faster, or is it the northern one that's faster? I don't know.
I don't know.
I've always thought the south one was faster, but again, that's another thing about this being an unpopular GTA.
Momo will probably know.
There's less knowledge about these things. Yeah.
Frankly, it really only depends on where you end up after killing him. I just find the north one more comfortable since it's mostly a straight drive.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
for the south one, you take a bit of a detour, and plus you need to go through like Little Havana, so there's a bunch of sharp turns, and I just crashed into a wall.
Speaking of sharp turns.
Yeah, that turn wasn't very sharp, and neither am I, but well.
So that was the end of the mission. Now we're going on to another normal mission where we're going to meet Marty. And we're going to grab a stubby shotgun. Stubby shotgun in this game is actually really good compared to some of the other stubby shotguns where they do a lot of damage, but they don't have as much range. This one feels like it has a little more range than some of the other ones in other games. We're immediately going to start Shakedown here, not to be confused with smashing windows in a mall. This one we're going to instead smash other random things, including cholos. This one here, we discover that this Marty guy, who's husband of Phil's sister, is
Yep.
running a protection racket and some other things. But here, this is another 100% normal mission. It's a classic case of it's a combat tutorial. We're going to use a gun instead. But other than that, I don't think there's anything really special about this mission.
You done real good. You're running a protection racket? And more besides soon enough. Come on, put the pedal to the metal, step on it.
That is awful, as it is in every GTA.
This is it.
Okay, that's an emulator sound glitch. It might happen a couple of times. All you have to do is unpause and repause the game.
Okay, I'll pay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's from the
Have audio
game.
muted.
That's not from the Discord. And by the way, both Momo and Wolf are on the same Discord voice channel, so it cannot be that both of them sound bad. Okay, it sounds back again. My bad.
So now we're going to go ahead and set up some more on Mission Zero shenanigans. We're not actually going to do any duping for a little bit. We're just going to chain a rampage through several missions. Now, VCS, when going on Mission Zero in a mission, it's a lot different than any other GTA. There's some actual side effects compared to just, oh, we're on Mission Zero, moving on. For the first act, it's when you go on Mission Zero, instead of passing the mission that you do, it will pass the most recently unlocked mission of the most recently unlocked mission strand. So in this case, we still haven't unlocked any other chains. We're still Marty's the most recently unlocked. There's still a Phil mission. We're not going to worry about it. But this is Fear the Repo, second Marty mission, still most recently unlocked. So we will be going on Mission Zero in this mission just to chain a rampage through it, but it won't do anything since this is still the most recently unlocked mission. It'll still pass this mission. That'll change.
I'll have to. Okay. I'll have to reiterate that it's a fixed strand order, where only unlocked strands count. Not so much the most recently unlocked one. As if we're going simply by which ones are unlocked, that creates confusion later on.
Sure. And it does change in later acts, which we'll get to just later.
Yeah, if you don't understand, don't worry about it. We'll probably explain when it comes, when it actually makes sense. It doesn't really make sense for this one instance, because it's like, oh, well, we're doing something, but then it has no effect. But then later on, well, you know what? Let's just wait for that time, and then we'll explain it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
So
there's two ways this guy can drive. He drove left towards Little Havana, which is the worst way, and look at this guy. He's, oh my god. Usually he stops here at this signal or this traffic light, but I got super unlucky and he's all the way here.
Yeah, this is one of, if not the worst instance.
I paid Marty off weeks ago, man.
If you aren't quick enough and he's not at a traffic light, if you block him with your car, he'll get spooked after a few seconds and can start reversing. Oh, okay. Mission failed, scared me a little bit.
No, that's fine. Yeah, we're losing time, but it's not that big of a deal.
Yep.
Anyways, I have to deliver these cars in near perfect condition. I can't mess about too much. It only counts with the cheetah and this car, so I'm free to do whatever I want now. But in practice, I went over this curb right here that I'm standing on with the Sentinel, and I did a front flip. Literally, I front flipped with the Sentinel, and I failed the mission.
Taxi?
I don't know.
Honestly, that can happen sometimes.
Yeah.
That's just the curb physics.
Yeah, VCS just being VCS. Can't do nothing about that.
So
Oh my
we're gonna
god.
pick up another.
Okay. It doesn't matter too much because, well, the only thing that matters is that I finish the next mission. I mean, sorry, I start the next mission before this timer runs out. Other than that, it doesn't matter too much if I lose time here, but 2 crashes is pretty bad. Why was that guy going for me too? Okay, well, this is just a marathon traffic, I guess. Classic.
Average.
Yeah, the classic.
So we're gonna chain the rampage into the next mission, which will be waking up the neighbors. We're gonna do some fun things with that, actually. But here we're gonna let Ethan focus, avoid the 2-star, try and make it back in one piece. Place your bets. Is he
Sorry
gonna
guys,
lose any TV?
I came back after hacking his game to sabotage the traffic.
Oh man, I knew it was you behind it. Also, what is this prediction? Hello?
have believers
120.
win after all.
1 second. 120,000 points saying I'm overestimate? That's crazy, okay? Well, come on now. That's
Don't worry, I put 10 points towards it.
under or over?
Over.
Wow.
So now Ethan hopes to get a vehicle. He got a bike. Sometimes there can be no vehicle at all, and you're essentially screwed because with the timer he has, he doesn't really have enough time to get all the way to the mission. But he got lucky and he got a Sanchez.
Has the route changed much after 2021? 2021, that run was on international, which, if you know, international and Japanese kind of have different things because they have different offsets. So there are a bunch of glitches, bunch of dupes that you can do on Japanese that you can do on international, and I don't think it's the other way around is applicable for this game at least, but unless you're talking about Insta passes, then it is. But yeah, so there's a couple of new glitches, new dupes that we can do, and that actually saved quite a bit of time. But yeah, that's later on in the run. The beginning of the run, Act 1, I'm pretty sure like since 2019 this act hasn't changed.
Other than this, actually, because there was a different out of bounds setup.
Right.
I don't know when that was discovered to do this one. This is simple as running into that random corner.
Right,
And
so
you got out of bounds.
So that's a way to pass this mission. However, it doesn't actually pass this mission. So if I go back and I'm going to go back into the Marty marker, you'll see that we actually start the same mission again. And this is what Wolf was talking about, and Momo as well, when we were saying the most recently unlocked strands. Simple way to think about it is essentially, think about the map, right? When you go from on mission 1 to on mission 0 and you look at the map, it wouldn't even be overextending for a casual player to assume that all mission markers are maybe, you know, some sort of group and they all appear on the map at like the same time. However, that's actually not the case. There's actually a fixed order for each individual like mission strand, and no 2 mission strands can load in on the same frame. So if we go frame by frame, you would notice that first Phil would load in, then Marty, and then Luis would load in. But essentially the act of going on mission 0 kind of confuses the game when there's a mission script running in the background. So the same variable, so imagine there's a tracker, right? There's a tracker to say what mission we are on, and then when you complete a mission, the game asks the tracker, hey, which mission did he complete? And then the tracker will say, oh, he completed a Phil mission. When you go on mission 1 and the strands load in on the map, that actually also updates the tracker. So what happened there was we started a Marty mission, but then we went on mission 0 during it, and the order, as I said, was Phil, Marty, then Louise. So what happened was the tracker at the end of all that was changed to Louise. So when I finished the mission by going out of bounds, the game asked the tracker, hey, which mission was this guy doing? And the tracker replied, Louise. So that first instance actually counted as a Louise mission, which is why I was able to restart that mission and do it a second time. Now, the second time around, I didn't do any shenanigans, so that completed as a Marty mission, as is.
We're gonna explain any of the stuff you're doing right now.
Okay, so what I'm doing right now, sorry, this is the beginning of this is really fast paced, but essentially I just duped this mission and I still have a on mission 0. So I got an on mission 0 vigilante, and then I changed it into having an on mission 0 vigilante and a on mission 0 rampage, and then I did a fancy thing where I entered the mission marker at the right amount of time in order to start 2 instances. And I still have to wait for this current timer on screen to run out, so we'll just be waiting for a while. And
Yep. And in the meantime, going to do a few things, such as parking that bike there for a later mission which takes place over there. So let's catch up a little bit. First, the out of bounds thing mentioned in chat. I think.
oh god,
going out of bounds in this game, in simple. Oh dear.
I don't have
in
bikes.
simple terms.
Can I get a bike, please? You know what? I feel like
normally there's a
driving an
bike in there.
Infernus today.
That's fine. Going out of bounds flips every vehicle on every axis. That's the best way to put it, really. I don't know if there's much technical explanation than that.
Yeah.
So the goal of waking up the neighbors is to essentially destroy 3 vans. It's a classic 3 vans mission. There, Ethan was making sure the story was normal.
Killing Marty. Yeah. Anyways, now we have 3 instances of the mission. So this is a troop or a triple dupe or a I don't know what you want to call it, man.
3x.
Yeah, 3x. So we have 3 copies of the mission running, and yeah, I guess we just do the mission. This mission, not much to it. I almost threw the nade at the shopkeeper. Okay.
59 ammo.
Yeah, on any percent we don't really care about money too much at the beginning, but in NMG you have to make sure that you don't buy anything more than you're supposed to. Because if you do, then you're not gonna have money for death warps, as Wolf mentioned earlier.
Money for nothing.
Yeah.
Alternatively, you can also spook the clerk so you can get out immediately, and there's a chance to grab a stubby shotgun later on that takes 0 seconds technically. So there's 2 ways about this.
Yeah, but not in any percent, because we're doing TVTS, to Victor the Spoils, right after this because of the sequence break and whatever. So
Yeah.
you won't have enough
90%
shotgun for that.
Vital.
Yeah.
So this here
For
3 times.
Wednesday.
Oh yeah, yeah. Here, this is just a tutorial on how to take over empires. This is the only time we're ever going to do this, because empires are thankfully rooted out. So we don't have to worry about shark attacks or anything like that. Here, we just have to take over the empire 3 times. So the first instance obviously passed because we were on mission 1. These 2 instances are once again passing Louise, so that's taking out the white trash and divorce. Which means we skip all the conditions needed to unlock divorce, and we automatically unlock to Victor the Spoils.
Yeah.
Which
So
is normally the last mission, but
yeah. So
decided against
if
that
you
time.
played this game casually, you'd know that the next mission, which we're about to start now, it's actually the last mission that you do for this segment. Essentially, it's a story mission where you kill Marty, or you have already killed Marty, and now you go over and take over his businesses. However, because this is any percent, we actually haven't done any Marty missions. So we will do a mission where Marty is canonically dead and we take over, and then we go and we do a mission for Marty in the very next dude that we do. Which is kind of funny, but yeah. And it's interesting to think that with every Marty mission, we're doing something or the other. Like for the first one, we're chaining a rampage to it. For the second one, we're tripling it, and then for the other ones, we're also going to dupe it. However, we don't end up skipping any Marty missions after all that. Like, we do so much with it, but we still do every single Marty mission that is there in the game. And that's, again, just because how the game mechanics work and how it tracks what mission the player is currently on.
Yep. I do want to mention that pausing there happened with for a purpose. As we mentioned with the emulator audio bugs, pausing and unpausing basically automatically ends whatever audio is playing at the moment. So there were some voice lines there that Ethan skipped simply by pausing and unpausing, just a minor optimization.
You can do
there.
it on regular console as well. It's not an emulator thing, but it's not an emulator specific thing, but yeah. Pausing the game will skip any voice line that is currently playing and saves a little bit of time there.
Yep. You're getting Mac 10
I would
ammo?
like to mention. I would like to mention that that particular strat is even better on PS2 because pausing and unpausing is instantaneous. There's no black fade or anything.
I did not know that. Nice.
Yeah, you can just spam the start button twice.
Yep. So that's that mission done, and now we're gonna do one of the worst dupes.
Yep.
It's a coin flip essentially. Not really, but it's hard. It's the final Marty mission, God Protection. It's not your traditional dupe as it's the final mission in the chain. There are two types of dupes in this game. Basically, ones that pass on the same frame and ones that pass on different frames. So different frames are essentially going to, when the dupe happens, it'll pass the original mission, and then it will go on mission 0 past that mission. So it's like we're going on mission 0 on a mission, which, as we explained, can pass other missions.
Yep.
Ones that pass on the same frame are just going to skip the next mission in the chain most of the time. In this case, this is one that passes on different frames, so obviously there's no more Marty missions left. So instead, we've completed all the Louise missions, so that's just out of the way. We still have Phil missions left. If you guys have played this mission casually, or played this game casually, you likely know about Boomshine Blowout, the forklift mission. So horrible. This dupe's actually going to skip it, since it will pass on mission 0, it will pass a Phil mission, since that's the only other available strand. And this is the last Marty mission. We'll actually be able to fully skip Boomshine Blowout. Which is
The reason that dupe skips the film mission specifically is because the two instances pass on completely different frames. With this, so the second instance of God Protection will pass
Oh
while
my
on
God.
mission 0 rather
Don't bust
than
me.
on mission 1. That's just the thing with some of the dupes in this game. Some of them pass at the same frame and others pass at different frames.
Okay, so we completed the rampage. That was a little scuffed, but hey, we didn't fail, so we keep going. Oh, I didn't mention, but no, there is a bunch of instances in this run where I can do something. I can press X 10 frames or 10 milliseconds too early, and that will result in a soft lock and or a crash. So there's a lot of things that can go wrong. I'm gonna try my best to keep this run as quote-unquote legit as possible, but in the event that I either crash the game or soft lock, or if I mess up a strat coming up in a bit, where I can lock myself out of the current any percent route by failing Pakba, I will load a safety save in that case, but otherwise I will try my best to keep it a legit run.
Yeah.
As much as I can.
There's also
saves when?
Sorry, what?
20% saves when?
Never.
There's also several instances where Ethan can simply get unlucky. There are some things that are just out of his control.
Oh no. Okay, we got one tire pop there, which is bad, but I'm mostly more concerned about the health of my vehicle. But yeah, you can see this is kind of messed up because we duped the mission. So there's like 2 Cholo cars and there's a bunch of things, and yeah. So this mission is harder on dupe and even harder on emulator because the girls have a health bar. When you dupe the mission, it goes down faster, and on emulator, because the emulator tech, because I'm running on it on a PC and I have, like, you know, modern day CPU, I can run this at 30 FPS. If I was on console, the console would be struggling a bit right now, where you would see around 20 to 25 FPS, and that's actually beneficial in a way because it makes it so the girl's health goes down a little bit slower, but you don't get that luxury in here. So
yep. No, we death warp. This is not everyone does this. I mean, this is newer. I'd say newer edition. I didn't actually know about this for the longest time until Ethan showed me. It depends which rampage you want to use, because there are a few of these dupes where it's more open to you which rampage you decide to do. So there was a rampage near the end of that mission that he could have used if he got lucky with a police vehicle, which is a Molotov rampage. However, he decided to go with once again the pistol rampage.
Yeah, just because
Which-
there's a cops bike spawn that, you know, is consistent, and I'm not like waiting like 20 seconds trying to RNG a cop bike. I just prefer doing it this way, but theoretically that way is faster.
Yeah, oh, this is interesting doing the rampage here.
Yeah, I prefer to do it here, but
That's fair.
you just get a lot of spawns here.
Runners of this category, which at this point are basically me and Ethan.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anyone else. I mean, I think Ultra Girl is
Yeah.
doing stuff, but
Well, people are interested, but not like running, I guess.
yeah. There are some differences in what some runners do, just some minor things that may not really be a difference in time. It's just preference. Like in this case, I prefer to drive straight to fill and then do the entire rampage there. This is truck stop dupe, by the way. It'll be the last mission in this act, and then we get to discuss PACBA.
Yeah, have fun with that.
Where instead Ethan here is preferring to do it right when he picks up the rampage, and then just gonna start fill and then finish off the last few guys. Instead, I do
Yeah.
it all at fills.
So a thing with this dupe is that it's actually quite different to the ones we've done so far. And that's a trend that's going to continue. So essentially in this game, there's what's known as a cutscene dupe, where you have to specifically skip cutscenes in a certain way at a certain time in order to actually dupe. So I'm going to focus for a second here.
Right time.
Okay. Okay, I don't know why there's 3 vans, but sure. Which one am I supposed to
my.
get in this one? That is not good. That is not
Oh,
ideal.
dear.
Okay, yeah, that's a fail. Oh, is it? Okay, I see. Okay, well. Okay, kids, this is why you get nades. This is why you get nades. All of those people making fun of me for getting nades on waking up the neighbors. This is why you get it. Because you save runs. Oh my god, I'm so good.
I mean, you can still take one of the other cars and push it with the car.
No, it was like completely
so
flipped
you
over.
still don't need a grenade.
I mean, it was completely flipped over. Okay, let's I don't think.
I have
Killer,
actually.
Scope, thief, and mold.
Well, it's not the only reason we get nades, but
Regardless, backups are always nice.
Yeah.
it is, yes. I talking about that car thing. I don't know if this is a me issue or something, but I've had issues where the game does not let me get into the other vehicles.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
That happens sometimes.
I think you have to position Vic to a specific spot instead of the one to
Yeah. Okay, so I got the
So-
instance where the actual guys are flipped over in the truck. So I'm gonna do the out of bounds again, and again a reminder: going out of bounds here flips them up essentially. But it also flips my guys, and I've already thrown nade at them, so this might just fail. Because I threw a nade at my fellas a while ago, yeah. So that's GG's.
Well,
Oh, well.
I mean, you can just set up the dupe again, can't you?
Yeah, I have to save though, because the game will crash otherwise.
Yeah, that's once again, those cars spawning like that wasn't necessarily his doing.
Yeah. So this
That
is
was
why
getting
we call it a
unlucky.
coin flip, because sometimes you can just like drive up to there and have nothing go wrong previously, and that same thing will happen. I don't really know
Yeah.
how it works. Why is there no
Sometimes
mission
truck-
markers on the map? That is a concern.
That will get fixed after you
Save
set
the
on
game.
mission 1 or mission 0
Okay.
again.
Huh, never seen that.
GG, see you next year. Yeah.
Soft lock the game in before.
Okay.
So the good thing about VCS, and this actually applies to LCS as well, you can save and load really at any point. It's a lot harder to brick your save. Where like GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas, if you save while you're on a mission and load that save, your game will crash. LCS and VCS are different in the way that if you save and load while that nice stunting in the garage.
Thanks.
If you save on a mission, load that save, it'll just kill the mission instance. It doesn't like kill the mission itself. It just allows you to load as if nothing ever happened. So now we're simply just going to do the same setup we did before. I hope it goes a little better.
No, don't worry about it. It will still be underestimate. Don't worry about it.
Bro is trying to do the same thing as the Honda run of 2022. Continuously claiming that it's going to be underestimated.
Under run of 2022, wasn't that anti?
Yes.
Yeah. No, don't worry. Don't worry about it.
This is one of the hardest and like life-based things we've done. Ethan, didn't you say this was like your worst part of the run, like
Yeah.
most hardest?
Just because
Reset
it's yeah, it's just, I mean, in a regular situation I would be resetting here after that, because that's quite unfortunate, but I can't really do anything. Just increase estimate time if needed? No. I mean, there's no runs after this, so don't think that's a problem, but either way I would not need more estimate. Don't worry about it. Don't let it get to your head. Don't worry, my mental is unshakable. Any League enjoyers?
The voices are telling you to throw the run.
NMG will go perfectly, surely, right? Marathon world record?
I don't know.
I should mention, Ethan does have world record in NMG, and what is that, second place in 90%?
Yeah.
So, you know, he's a decent runner.
Yes, just decent.
Just decent.
A bit understandable, don't you think?
Okay, so this is usually what happens, where just that happens, and then you can just ram this really hard, and then it flips back over very nicely.
Yeah, this is the instance where I've not been able to get in the car, so I have to steal like a flatbed from the road.
Yeah, if you can get into the car, I think it happened in my PB. You can watch what I do. You just jump on top of this car, the car I'm driving right now. That's like flat on the road, right? You jump on top of that, and then you jump on top of the door handle of the car you want to get into, and position yourself in a very specific spot, and then you can enter it. You don't actually have to go get a traffic spawn.
VCS moment.
Yeah.
So there's several instances that the trucks here can be in. What are the most common ones I see? One of the most common ones I get. I don't know about you, Ethan. Is they're stacked on top of each other?
Yeah, it's just stacked on top of each other. I think that's what happened here. Yeah, so that's what happened here. So this one is fairly simple. Question mark. Watch me fail again. Just do that. Okay, there we go. And that's it. Yeah, the one I got before, the cars were flipped, or the real truck was flipped. So I had to go out of bounds for that. But yeah, just to show you, this mission can be hard, not only in the fact that it's a coin flip, but also there are various different outcomes, and you will have to learn what to do for each one of them, including the beginning with the perennials, and including here with the actual trucks. Okay, now it's a good time to explain PACBA. Who wants to go ahead?
Momo probably knows more about it technically, but I'll start with the gist of it. In this game, there are 3 acts. We're currently in Act 1. Surprise, surprise. Most people, casually, you're not really going to notice, other than, like, there's clear separation in the story. Those are the acts. However, there's more specific things happening. Between the act, there's a bunch of conditions that get changed. Momo can explain further with that, but we found a way in 2020, question mark, where we can actually interrupt 20.
What's that, Momo? We couldn't hear you.
That was 2021.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, Kaspersky found it. Yeah.
Yeah. Your expertise skills points so pass on different ranks, so we'll get a pager before the act actually changes. So what we're going to do is we're going to save 500-ish milliseconds.
Oh.
Give him a second.
Okay, that looked questionable. Let's see so if I load back in and there's a bunch of markers on the map, then that means I did it. You should see a FU and an aeroplane symbol. I don't think I did it. Nope. Uh-oh.
It looked late to me.
Yeah. Oh well. Okay, so this is one of the instances where I have essentially...
You loaded the wrong save.
Did I? Oh, right, because it's emulator. Oh my god. Yeah, right. Okay.
Load the truck stop save and then
GG, let's go. All right. So the run continues. I don't need a backup save. Thanks for Wolf for pointing that out. I thought the P was... Yeah, anyways. I forgot that in emulator, because emulator is so like great, right? It loads the wrong save. You would think that the game would, the emulator would load up the most recently created save, but instead it loads whatever's in slot 1. And because I had saved previously, because, we failed that one thing, it ended up loading that. But yeah, anyways, okay, we did it. I was about to say, I know it was early, but I don't think it was that early where I failed the thing. But the run continues, and we have not yet illegitimized the run. Right, okay.
Yep. So this is Drive. First mission of Act 1. Yeah. So why don't you talk about some of the more technical side of PACBA?
Yeah. Do we want to explain PACBA? Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, it's essentially okay, let me think about this. So, with consider three-act structure, in every act is a specific set of mission strands, and these strands are supposed to follow an order. One mission unlocks another set of missions, so on and so forth, until all of them are completed. What PACBA, or as it's named, partial act change bypass, does is that it skips that unlock mechanism. Let's just say. So basically, after doing that quote-unquote glitch, every single strand will be unlocked from the beginning. So essentially, you can do all of the missions of this particular act out of order, semi out of order. Like you can do multiple strands simultaneously, but you still have to complete the missions of the same strand in the correct order.
Yeah, so if you played this game...
Additional...
Alright, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, another additional thing is that there are specific strands that are shared between acts. For example, the Louise set of missions is shared between chapters 1 and 2. What happens with these strands is that their missions are completely skipped after PACBA. As you may have noticed, before starting this mission, there was no Louise blip on the map, because her 2 missions of Chapter 2 are completely skipped. As far as Chapter 2 goes, this is a minor time save, but on Chapter 3, it will skip the Lance missions, which is by far the longest Chapter 3 strand, with a lot of missions that are also really long, mostly.
Yeah, not to mention a couple of Lance missions also require you to have X amount of empires unlocked, so you have to waste even more time setting that up, but in this case, since we're skipping all Lance missions, we don't really have to do that. So that saves, I think it saves around like 35 minutes over pre-PACBA. I want to say 35, I could be wrong though.
I think it's more than that.
I'd argue it's a whole hour.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess maybe if you don't take like individual mission times and instead you're like trying to put together like a routing and all that, then maybe it comes close to an hour.
There are also some shenanigans related to Pac-Man in Chapter 3 that I'm not going to go deep into because they're very complicated. And to put it simply, some specific missions that are not related to the land strand get skipped entirely.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll talk about those when we get to Act 3, though. So that was Drive completed. A little shaky there with the police surrounding the car. So another more minor benefit of PACBA, and actually this does apply to the Japanese version as well, because we're skipping the Louise mission Hose the Hose, which normally we do a certain shot on the mission, has to do with interiors and stuff. You'll see that on Wednesday. It would actually automatically fail the mission here, and you just have to go and restart it and just do the same thing again. But both because of PACBA and now the Japanese version, that doesn't happen anymore. That's just a minor thing.
It's specifically because it's not the international version. Nothing to do with Pac-Man, to be honest.
Well,
It was noticed as such when Pac-Man was discovered and ran on international. But then it turns out that was just a bug that was fixed on PS2 and Japanese PSP.
Right.
There are a few of those. There are a few of those international only bugs and overall changes that are completely different in Japanese.
Yep. So here in the audition, once again, is a normal mission. The game asks you to go to a staircase and jump across some rooftops to get into the impound lot here. Instead, we just take this staircase over instead. I have no idea why the staircase is here. It's not even like a stunt jump or anything. But we're also going to grab some Molotovs that we're going to use for death warps for the rest of Act 2 at least. They're just inside the screen container here.
You're also going to use it on one particular mission, which is something only I do, I think. I haven't seen anyone else do it.
On Bum Deal?
Yep.
They blow up all the guys in front?
Nope. Okay, you'll find out.
Oh, oh it is. I use the Molotov to blow up all the bikes in front.
Yeah, it used to be an international thing. Yeah, when runners of the game were...
you do that?
Yeah, I mean...
It also used to be a thing before Pac-Man in general when the bomb deal was changed for Snitch too. As you had to use a Molotov rampage.
Yeah, and then international runners also use the Molotov rampage for the pack bus setup for international as well, using that mission. So you do the same strat. But then we're not running on international, so it's fine.
You willingly do the Molotov strat indoors.
I mean, it's on Japanese, so why not?
I mean, yeah, but still. It's so bad.
Honestly,
you'll see that a lot later.
To be fair, it takes some practice to get, but you can do it pretty easily.
Yeah. Anyway, so now we're setting up for clearly the best section of the game here. Caught as an act 7 times. Well, I guess it's 6 times, then a mission, then 7 times in Japanese.
Yeah.
We caught as an act. If you play the casually, it's a pretty short mission. Very short. One of the shortest in the game, I would say. Where all you have to do is catch Forbes, who's a character that we would have met by now, but we haven't. That's all you have to do for the mission. Is he'll be in a car, you just have to catch him, and that's that. So we can use this to do some on mission 0 shenanigans. We skip we've already skipped a couple things because of PACBA, like Louise's missions. This allows us to skip all of Umberto's missions, which are horrible to run anyway. They all have gimmicks that make them really slow, essentially. It allows us to skip the first 2 of the 3 Forbes missions as well. Those are different methods. Now that we're in Act 2, we can talk about the update to on Mission 0 mechanics during a mission. Now, instead of passing the mission strand weirdness, it will always pass an Umberto mission, even in Act 3, which, again, we haven't gotten there yet, but still applies in Act 3. I don't know the technical reason behind it, but
So
before
I'll explain it in a sec, but yeah, anyways, we're gonna do a strat here, which is similar to doing that, but not exactly. Oh god. Okay. That's interesting. I haven't seen that before. Yeah. Okay.
So,
Just
this is
yeah.
gonna be close. Give me a second.
10 seconds seems a bit too much for this cutscene.
It's fine.
Yeah, looks good. So, what he just did there is he went on mission 0. Oh my goodness. All right.
Oh
yeah,
god,
this
don't
is a
bust
totally.
me. Please don't bust me.
This
I
makes-
got ran over too. Oh god, I got ran over again. Can you guys not? Hello? Can you please move away from the door, please? I got a page or two. I have to wait this out now. This is fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
This is why I got to the police station.
This is fine. Don't worry, man. Anyways,
DCP
So-
comment.
I think I got Forbes. Yeah, okay, I did.
What
So you can explain it now.
Yep. So what happened is he skipped money for nothing the first Forbes mission. So the way he did that, from a less technical point of view, he skipped the mission about 0.5 seconds left on the rampage timer. You could see like the rampage or mission failed as the fade out to the end of the mission happened. Specifically in this instance, when it's flipping through all the mission strands, trying to decide which mission it is, Forbes takes longer. This is really technical. Forbes, basically, you have time to pass the mission on mission 0 with Forbes. Like, you have more time to do that. A lot of the other strands are more frame perfect.
Yeah.
Momo might be able to do a bit of a better explanation, or Ethan.
Yeah, so essentially what we
Technical
do is...
explanation. Which one of us are going to explain it?
Okay, I can... you can do it, actually.
The technical explanation is that Forbes is the last strand in the order of chapter 2 strands, and the last strand that is loaded usually always takes a few more frames than other strands. I think like 15 frames or something. I think because like how the strands are loaded, the first strand is loaded, the next strand is loaded, so on and so forth, and then before the last strand, I think it goes like the save. I don't know what exactly how it's loaded there. After that, for a few more frames, then the last strand is loaded, and now it's run through all the checks. But almost, it actually runs through another check after the last strand, which is the reason why we can't just skip missions for all mission 0, and we have to time them like this. It checks for a specific. It ends up at a specific value that is related to business sites, to Empire stuff, and that value just happens to match up with Umberto, which is number 5.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, just going on mission 0 will pass an Umberto mission, even if all Umberto missions are completed.
Okay, yeah, so
Yep.
that's the technical side. In a more layman's term, right, from my fellow people that speak English, what happens is the same thing applies where the game will cycle through all the strands, so it'll go like, the different strands. But essentially what happens in Act 2 and Act 3 is for some reason, okay, Momo probably said it, but it's related to gang attacks. Essentially, you can think of the safe house symbol. So if you look at the map right now, you have a U, F, L, and the safe house icon. Think of that safe house icon as a honorary Umberto symbol, right? And the safe house icon is always going to be at the end. So from this point onwards, from Act 2 and Act 3, the last strand is going to be Umberto after the safe house marker pops in, because it happens at roughly the same time. Okay, so essentially what we can, and that's a problem because in Act 2, which is the act we're currently in, there are 4 Umberto missions. So we can keep doing this glitch to skip 4 Umberto missions, which is why I'm doing this mission again and again, because it's selecting Umberto as the person to pass, and then I pass the mission, and it passes Umberto mission. And Umberto's missions are really long and boring. You know, you could argue that sitting here for 20 seconds doing nothing is even more boring, but essentially it saves time in any percent, even though we're, you know, waiting here and doing nothing. So yeah, and that's a problem in Act 3, because in Act 3 there are actually no Umberto missions. So in regular, like, pre-Pac-Man days, Act 3 was when, like, things slowed down a little in terms of dupes. There were still, like, Lance dupes. However, it was kind of weird. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, we can't do a lot of the shenanigans that we were doing in Act 1, in Act 2 and 3, just because of that Umberto limitation, where if we are to let the on mission 0 fully expire during a mission, it would just pass as an Umberto. And that's good when you have Umberto missions. However, again, like I said, there are no Umberto missions then later on, so it's of completely no relevance to the any percent route. So yeah, you're gonna be seeing this mission quite a lot. I forgot what thing I was on. I think this is second.
That's the second one. Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to be doing this until I complete all Umberto missions, which is when the U on the map will disappear. So get hydrated, get something to eat. We're going to be here for a little bit longer on this mission. But yeah.
And he won't be done with it after Umberto's gone.
God.
You still get to do 2 more times. So I should also mention, this is a Japanese, and is it on PS2, the trunk glitch?
Yeah. Japanese and PS2. Yeah.
It's essentially when the trunk pops open from some kind of damage to Forbes' car. It can even be a little bit of damage and it still opens. The game selects certain pedestrians to kind of jump out and biofilm money. This is what the intention is. Yeah, you can see this too. Vic and Lance, for that matter, are included in that pool, which they are on international. So if the trunk pops open, you can actually go flying out of your car to get the money, which it's really inconvenient if you aren't catching Forbes. That little intersection corner there, that's where most of the time that you can end up catching Forbes. Otherwise, you have to chase them down. You'll be by like the fire station or something. But when it gets to that point, you can start jumping out of your car unwillingly. So catching him at the intersection normally avoids that. But
sorry, chat, but this is a Domestabot sponsored stream. Can't do anything about it.
Is there actually like audio issues? Give me a sec. I have time here so I can fix it during that. Because I'm literally waiting for 20 seconds. I don't know why it's happening. It seems fine on my end. I'm guessing it's something to do with OBS. I'm going to quickly restart. I mean, not restart, but I'll just quickly change the source in OBS. See if that fixes it. Oh, and there we go. That's the trunk glitch. Oh, fuck. So I didn't get out of my car there. The game automatically got me out of my car. Yeah, so did we jinx it by explaining it? I don't know, but I'm going to try my best not to press brake. Okay, see, so basically what happens if I press brake, it acts like I press triangle, and the game just puts me out of the car. So I was using the handbrake there to turn. Sometimes...
Is it really? That's what causes it?
No, it just, if you don't press brake, or if you're not going at too high of a speed, for some reason the game doesn't push you out. So I just tap X during that thing, so I'm not like fully like pedal to the metal, I'm just like slowly moving forward, and then I use handbrake. I don't know if you can do it with control setup 2, because technically control setup 2 presses the square button. I don't know if it has something to do with the square button or not, but from what my experience, if you just don't press square, it tends to not happen to you. So you can still recover from that like I did.
It's good to know. Ethan's been running this game way longer than I have. So this will be the last one coming up here, I believe. And then after that, we get to have some even more fun. Umberto will be done, but it isn't over yet. We're going to skip another Forbes mission called Leap and Bound. It's a really long one where you get to drive all the way across the island, basically.
Yeah, setup 2ers always lose. What Waffle said in the chat. I second that. Control setup 1 enjoyers rise.
Yes.
Question mark.
Yes.
I will make sure every control setup one enjoyer is angry on Wednesday.
Waffle? Okay, man. Hey, don't make fun of my accent, okay? Type shit.
So, leap and bound skip is a little different to any of the other skips we do in this run. We're essentially starting like 2 missions at once, which then starts a third. It's really weird. It's a really fast-paced thing. So this should be Umberto done now, right?
Yeah, and you can ask the commentators. I practiced this before the stream started and the game crashed. So, inshallah, the game will not crash this time.
So
Oh,
this
God.
is normally a very simple skip. It's just a matter of skipping a cutscene at the right time, and it's a really easy to tell when to skip the cutscene. Unfortunately, because of cycles or something, sometimes the game can crash without you doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
So we're gonna hope it doesn't happen here, but yes, get all your prage.
Yeah, your praise is in the chat. Okay.
So this one, wow, this is okay. Really early skipping. So that what you're going to see is you're going to see us pass the mission, kind of. You'll see leap and bound start, and then you'll see us be in the bum deal. So I don't know if the cutscene that shows like once you've completed it is that bum deal or leap and bound. I don't know, but it says interesting position.
I got a place we can take him.
Okay, that look good. Right.
Yep.
Cool. So I did that a little bit different than when I did in practice. In practice, I did it a little earlier, and that crashed the game. However, for me, I feel like that timing that I did right now works a lot better. So no game crashes, the run continues. The overestimators are in shambles. Oh.
Oh, don't worry.
Okay, so essentially what that did was that skipped a mission called Leap and Bound, which is a mission, like an 8-minute mission. You have to drive all the way to the other side of the island and rescue Lance because Lance got kidnapped. And we skipped that mission by doing that. However, there's a very good chance that that crashes. In fact, if you watch the 2021 run, Joshimus actually crashed there. So, yeah.
I've crashed there, I think, twice. Unluckily.
Yeah.
So now this is bum deal. We were talking about this at the beginning of Act 2, I believe. See this Molotov action here.
Oh, I missed one. Okay, well, whatever.
I mean, it's fast, but jeez. Gives me flashbacks.
Oh, God. Please don't bust me. Okay, this is, okay, you know what? I'm gonna take the cop. Okay, fine, get on the bike, Lance. Okay, oh, God. It should be fine. This bike has very weird physics. Prior to the cop, it was a little bit more noticeable. But the turning on this bike is really scuffed. Unfortunately, we're not going to get to see much of that because they popped my tires, but
Say hello to the Ventoso.
oh, God.
So we get the MP5 there simply just because it's a little better than the Uzi. It's a lot better than the Uzi, actually. Except we're going to use it for like one mission.
Yeah.
Average deal here, by the way.
Well, I'm happy that I didn't crash, so for me,
so
that's...
we're gonna grab a cop bike here.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna set up another dupe. My personal least favorite dupe. Ethan would know why.
Oh, God, yeah. Good thing is that I found a way to make it more consistent. I don't know if I told Momo. I might have not, so... Anyways, we're going to do a thing here. So I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna wait for the mission pass jingle to get over. I'm gonna get off the bike, that puts the pager in instantly, and then I'm gonna start it on Mission 0 Rampage, and the pager will end roughly perfectly as I'm next to the rampage, unless, but I fell off the bike, so... Where is my bike?
Strat.
Yeah. It's a meh strat, but... Yeah.
I just want to mention that this like collision, like the middle, it just has no collision.
Yeah. Yeah. So I started that rampage on Mission 0, and then we're gonna do Courtesan Act for the final time. So we're gonna do it for reals this time. I don't know why they're spawning. Why is the biker spawning? I have never seen them. Domestabot stop. Is that thing happening again? Oh no. Is it only Wolf or is it me as well? Chat, hello?
What is happening? These are some of the weirdest cause and act
Only
instances I've ever
Wolf.
seen.
Okay.
Okay.
It's only Discord, yeah.
okay.
I will fix it in a bit. In a bit.
I hope it's not my system.
No, it's not, because I hear you perfectly, but...
Okay. So that's caught as an act done. We're finally free from this mission. Don't worry, we get to do something like that later. So this is the Snitch Hitch dupe.
Yep.
It's probably the hardest like dupe to perform because it's got some really precise timing. It's another cutscene dupe like Truck Stop. There's some very precise cutscene skipping we have to do.
Yeah.
It's really annoying. The end of the mission it was basically a coin flip whether or not you could complete it. Now that Ethan found it's really placebo, but I've done it now and I haven't had the issue at the end either. So now we can actually complete the mission a lot more consistently.
In-game also buzzes slightly.
The dupe, this is actually one of the major differences between the international and Japanese version runs. You cannot do this dupe on international, so they had to do a really horrible setup to do Pac-Bow for moving into Act 3. I'm gonna give Ethan a second.
You can thank me for killing international runs completely by coming up with that setup.
Yeah, so like I said, each dupe in this game is a little bit different. You have to skip the cutscenes at a little bit, like, different times. So for this one, it's you skip immediately as the timer expires, then the first cutscene plays, you skip it, not immediately, but you let a little bit of it play. And then you skip when Lance has no blue. And then, yeah, this is now kind of in a glitch state, where that last cutscene didn't play properly. So in any percent, it's very important that I don't crash into the tree and go into the river. Anyways.
Wow.
So it's very sorry. It's very important that I don't destroy this vehicle, because technically that cutscene earlier didn't play fully and the game still needs to play that cutscene, and if this car is destroyed, then it'll just fail the mission, I'm pretty sure, when I get to the airport. So just don't flip the cheetah, right? Oh god. Okay. You know what? Let's drive a little slowly. Oops.
You need does the same thing happen after you've hit the marker here?
Okay. No, I don't think so. Because so right now it's supposed to play an airport cutscene, but instead it plays the hotel cutscene. And then it puts you inside the cheetah. So I think after this point, it doesn't really care whether or not your cheetah is alive or dead.
It's still mostly the fastest car here, so it's good to take it. The side effect of this dupe, because it is a cutscene dupe, and most cutscene dupes do this, if not all of them, they give you, whatever rampage you use, they give you 30,000 ammo of that weapon, just because basically the game can probably take away your rampage weapon. So,
there's one orangey section, and that's if I get duped enemies or not, and it looks like I did get them, so yeah.
not the
That
worst
just
thing in
means
the
I
world.
have to
But
be a
basically means
little bit more careful here. I did have
you also can't
more
get ammo.
ammo. Actually, you can get ammo. If you kill them with a shotgun, you can take their ammo. Like that.
I don't know
Like
why.
that. So then I get some ammo here. I'll fix the game
So
sound.
this
Give
will
me a sec.
skip from 0 to hero, which normally would be the last mission in the act. But again, we did some tomfoolery.
Yeah, so you just wait until Vic stumbles there, and that seems to not cause the mission restarting bug that a lot of people get.
So now the game hasn't really realized that from 0 to hero has been passed. You can see there's still an L on the map. Now we're gonna use this state of the game to set up the next pack, but which thankfully is a lot easier. You don't have to do weird pager timing.
Yeah, so this is again the end of this act. That dupe skips from 0 to hero, which unlocks the second island, which is Vice Beach in this game, by the way. And yeah, it hasn't quite realized, as Wolf said, that we have completed the mission, so we don't have to do any major timing thing with a pager this time. Instead, we can just start paramedic and cancel paramedic roughly 500 milliseconds before I touch the save icon. So if I fail this one, it's a skill issue, but I won't fail, right?
Unless you get a ridiculously low paramedic time.
Well, that didn't happen. Did I say from hero to 0?
I mean, you can also just start paramedic late if you're really worried about that.
There's no story
Paramedic
pager that can
time.
pop in. Yeah, the correct one.
Yeah, I have to load the correct game. Anyways, yay! Alright, so again, the game is kind of confused right now. Ideally, you should only have a Lance mission at this point. But the game is confused. It hasn't really reset all the other mission strands, so we can, you know, start anyone's mission. Except for Diaz, I don't know why. But yeah, since Lance was a common partner, a common strand from Act 2 and Act 3, the game still thinks that Lance is completed. So we don't have to do any Lance missions ever again
Hallelujah.
for the rest of this run. Hallelujah.
All Lance missions are terrible, really. What is there? Okay, there's Brawn of the Dead, which is drive across the entire island, do a really boring auto-scroller minigame, drive back. Blitzkrieg, that's one of the ones that we need Empire sites for, so we skip Empire sites, which also take a little bit. Blitzkrieg strikes again, for that matter. What else is there? There's Light My Pyre. Worst mission in the game, really. That's the Armando Mendez boss fight one, but you also have to protect Idiot Lance. There's like a bunch of other ones too. I'm not gonna rattle off the entire list, but they're all long and boring, or also like really scarily hard. Or there's Turn On, Tune In, Bug Out. You get a 5-star wanted level by the end of the mission. Tons of fun. But anyway, we're setting up another dupe here, which is Accidents Will Happen. This dupe I think was actually discovered after PACBA. Yes. So normally, if you were to do this, it would skip the Colonel's Code, which is a really long solar anyway. But as has been mentioned earlier, some missions are randomly skipped in Act 3. Colonel's Code is one of them. So in fact, this actually skips the third mission in the strand, which is Kill Phil.
Yeah, so there are a bunch of missions. Let me see if I can remember them. There's Colonel Coke. There's High Wire, which is the mission where you have the magnet and the helicopter. There's the Domestobot, and then there's Farewells to Arm. I think that's all 4 missions that get skipped for a reason that only Powdernet knows. I don't know.
Apparently, I'm being a robot. I don't know.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'll fix it in a bit.
So this is another cutscene dupe. It's a little less crazy than Snit's Hitch. Basically, all Ethan has to do is skip and just mash skip when the timer runs out here. And if you did a
Very
So you don't need
low.
any product?
So
Why am
speaking
I-
about bad missions, here is my favorite mission of the game, and it's actually a really good mission.
I hate this mission because I have lost like 7 runs to this mission. Oh man. I have a personal
Kill
vendetta.
issue driving there.
I have a personal vendetta against this mission because somehow I am always on like PB pace and then some dumb shit happens on this mission. Why is that guy on fire?
I haven't seen that before.
Uh,
So it looks like there's some audio.
he's okay,
still.
right? That won't fail the mission, right?
You surely. Is there any audio? There's still audio issues here.
Yeah, okay, I'll fix it. I know I keep saying I'll fix it, but like, guys, I have to run the game too, you know? Like,
No, you don't.
alright.
That guy normally just clips through the ground for me. That red car. Some of them because of the dupes. Some of them because I do this mission duped more than normal. Some of the cars just seem like disengaged because these red Infernuses you can hit, increase your action bar. It's really the only way we do it because we don't want to go in slow-mo with the ramps. Some of them just seemingly disengage when you get closer, and then you can't hit them and explode them anymore. That first one at the start, and then there's one near the end that also does that. I have no idea why.
Yeah,
That is,
that's the thing with the mission. It's not anything to do with the dupe. I don't know if I misheard you or
No.
not, but yeah, if you play this mission like normally that happens too. It's just that in the dupe, I think they end up in different spots for some reason, so it's more noticeable. But then, yeah, it happens even if you do the mission normally.
Yeah. Don't fall in the water.
Oh,
I'm surprised there's even traffic around here, considering how many things are loaded at once. And
there's that
considering
other.
it's nighttime.
Yeah. VCS is a weird one.
yeah.
But other than,
Why is
you know,
this-
some of these extra cars, mission's mostly the same. Are you gonna wait to skip this cutscene?
Yep. So
Okay. So for some reason,
go ahead. You
yeah.
explain it.
For some reason, if you wait to skip this final cutscene here until the camera's underneath the car, it just spawns on the road.
Yeah.
The
don't-
Infernus doesn't despawn.
Yeah.
So like when you skip it there, it just falls down to the road.
Yeah, because Rockstar leads, oh my god, they're such good at programming the game. You skip the thing when the car is midair, and then gravity takes over.
Car realizes that it's no longer acting.
Yeah.
So, this is a lot of these first act 3 missions are just driving as well.
Yeah.
Driving from south to north, in true Joshua style. So we skipped
Okay,
Kill
I'm tired
Phil
of
now,
this.
and the
Let me
next.
fix it. Ah, I know why it is. Okay, it won't happen anymore. Hello, can we get a check? Wolf, can you speak?
Hello, 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 world.
Can we get a thumbs up or thumbs down or any confirmation?
You know, you will not beat the robot allegations if you keep saying hello world.
Alright.
Cool.
Alright, cool, thanks.
So we're gonna keep doing running missions for a little bit. So this next one is unfortunately very similar in style to Accidents Will Happen. It is Say Cheese. It's really the 4th running mission, but I get to skip the first, the second, and third. So Say Cheese. Once again, you're filming for Rennie's film, and you just drive through a bunch of checkpoints.
Okay, well,
But in a jet ski this time.
okay, I tried fixing it, didn't fix. Let's see. Oh god, should I really be doing this? Ideally, I should be paying attention to the game, but... Okay, you can talk now. It should fix it. I think it fixes itself. I don't know how long it stays fixed though. See, the thing is...
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Alright.
So, I mean, we don't use a jet ski this entire mission. We do switch to a PCJ, which, oh my gosh, a little bit different than accidents will happen. But otherwise, we're ending at a very similar spot. We were like maybe 2 blocks away from that same ending spot, and we go back to Rennie.
Yeah.
Totally fun.
Except this time we do it on a PCJ, which is much more exciting.
More big balls.
Yeah.
This also unlocks water sports, which actually only us 3 know the suffering of that in Hundo.
Oh yeah, there's jet skis in this game. I think. Did SA have jet skis? I don't think so, right? It's only this game and 5 that have jet skis?
Chinatown Wars.
Oh.
Actually, yeah, that one too.
Underrated
Probably
game.
Red Love is going to whinge at me for saying no.
Yeah.
Do we have any Chinatown Wars in
Yeah,
this
like
event?
Castor said, you can dupe this mission, but then the checkpoints kind of get a little bit weird. So you don't actually like progress through the mission. So unfortunately, you can dupe this mission, but you can't dupe this mission. You can start the dupe, you can't end it.
A lot of dupes are in this
It
game.
ultimately doesn't matter because it passes. Because if you manage to pass the dupe, it passes in different frames, so you're not actually going to skip anything with it.
Oh, nice.
There is a strat that Momo, I think, formulated where you can use a padlock warp on this mission.
Yeah, that's just cancer, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I've never tried it. Momo can explain it if he wishes to.
I don't think it's relevant to the conversation at hand.
Yeah.
It's just there are some theoretical strats that you can use in this run, but yeah, it's VCS.
Basically, the gist of it is you can teleport.
Yeah, but it's slow to set up to a point where it's probably not even worth it, to be honest.
Classic Phoenix moment.
I know, right?
So we get to do yet another Rennie mission. Luckily, we're not driving through checkpoints this time. We actually get to see some action. And we do have several normal missions here for a little bit.
Oh yeah, there's a weird thing in this game where the Deluxer doesn't spawn. All you have to do is do this. Oops. You do this, you come here, you do this, and you start the mission, and then there's gonna be a nice baby blue Deluxer waiting for us. Copium! Okay, well, it's a red. I mean, the Deluxer's there. It's not blue, but sure.
I have no idea why all that happens, but it's fine.
Yeah. I don't know, it seems consistent for me. I haven't failed it so far, but yeah.
So far.
So far.
I personally like to let a frame of the cutscene play and then skip it, and that also works. Which is a bonus because it allows us to see Phil Collins and Rennie at the same time, which is always good content.
Yeah.
Let's just make this run DMCA.
I
In the air
mean,
tonight.
you're talking about DMCA when I have the radio playing. I don't think that's how it works.
Oh, yeah. I have the run muted.
Oh.
So this is Skill Phil Part 2, as you saw earlier. Phil Collins isn't actually in the mission other than the cutscene. So this was what we and was like 10 for 9. So it's basically one shots any normal enemy, which is all normal enemies in the mission. I don't know what non-normal enemies are, bosses and like last stand enemies, which we don't see any of them.
Cat, sucker.
But it's a really good gun, basically, and you can find it in Rennie's film studio.
It's metal, it hurts, and it's pointing at you.
And with this bike, you can lean forward and gain, like, theoretically infinite speed, I think. I don't think there's a speed cap for this bike, so... yeah.
Your biggest
This is another bug. Why is it the guys not dying, even though I aim at them? Okay.
Did you break your manual aim?
No.
Or I mean your auto aim?
I think it's just the spread of the bullets. You have to, like, wait.
You're shooting for a frame before Vic actually locks on to the opponent.
Yeah.
So you're shooting while turning around.
Go to hell.
Oh.
So this is a normal mission. There's nothing really special other than go fast.
Come on, take it.
The only real strat was that last guy that had a key card. It's whoever you kill last is who drops the key card, so you want to kill the closest person.
To the poor fella who just asked who are the commentators, it is Wolf and Momo. And then there's me, who's running the game. And for everyone in
realize you were
chat who's
running.
trolling him right now, you guys should have shame on you guys. Okay, what mission are we doing now? I don't have live split open. I think it's mugshot? Question mark?
Yes, it's mugshot.
Okay. See, this is why you have commentators, so they can backseat you.
Hey, you did the same to me. Fine.
You asked though.
I did.
Yeah.
If we're still backseating.
Yeah.
So this will be the last normal mission for a bit.
Yeah. One day someone will show up with a metronome and time it so they can consistently skip this mission.
My god.
God.
Trying to bring Pokemon speedrunning strats into this.
How the hell are we?
Yeah, it is theoretically possible to skip several of the missions in this act, using the similar methods to that we did for Money for Nothing and Caught as an Act. But they're frame perfect or like 2 frames or something like that, so it's really not RTA viable.
Yes, I am Indian, by the way. The guy in chat who asked. Indian as in the country India, not Native American. Just want to clarify.
Indian from India. Oh my god. So, this one, nothing real special to it. It's just a boring auto scroller for part of it. We get to get scared with 4 stars. There's no real strats in this mission, other than go fast. Once again. But after this, we get to go. We'll explain it a little bit now, since it is fairly technical once again. But it's similar to something we've heard. Do mission homes on the range, aka golf. It is very, very fast mission. It takes like 20-30 seconds. You're basically going up against Gonzalez, who's another character you do missions for, and you're just playing golf. Well, hardly. You're hitting a golf ball into a buoy, which has a guy on it, so you sink the buoy. You can use that mission. It's short, so you can do, some more tomfoolery with it. The same 0.5 second timing that we did with Money for Nothing back in Act 2 when using Caught as an Act, we can do here to skip Diaz. Except we're going to do it 4 times in a row. So that's 0.5 second timing, 4 times in a row. Are you gonna get armor here?
Nope.
Come on.
Or would just make him lose time here, unlike an NMG.
Yeah. So
I mean, you don't have to pick it up in NMG either.
You don't, but it is free and nice. Here it's just a time loss.
Mm-hmm.
how was it time loss?
Yeah, you don't need it. Just gonna have to kill yourself after golf.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey.
well.
Some idiot.
Although then again, you can just keep hitting yourself with grenades while waiting.
I just get on a nade and then
Not that big of a deal.
I mean, method I use is just get on the bike and throw a nade, let the bike explode you. But again, these minor things that people do.
Paint spray?
Yes, I am not. Yeah, I'll paint spray.
I was gonna say.
Dang it!
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to go for it, but then I saw like 7 roadblocks, and I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Don't risk it.
To be frank, it's like a very small chance that you will actually be able to make it without losing time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only, I mean, NMG and Hundo is hardly worth it because any percent, at least you've done some dupes, so there's a little bit less traffic. But that's not enough to like completely remove traffic like in Vice City with glitching cars. But
That doesn't really matter when you're loading saves over and over.
right. I mean,
And
there's
even
actually
then, roadblocks. Even then, roadblocks do not care about traffic, and those are the biggest problem.
no cop question mark.
Well, oh, I forgot. Oops. It's okay. I will just. Oh, we got an RNG cop spawn. No, that was calculated, all planned. Yeah, don't worry about it. Time save. Yippee! So I was supposed to pick up a cop bike on the way in that drive, but I forgot. But I got blessed. That's all I'm saying.
Unironically, that is the perfect spawn for that.
Yeah.
For this specific comp bike.
Yeah. So now we get to do some tomfoolery. This is also going to be another break time because we're going to be waiting for even longer than we do in Cause and Act.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to grab this Molotov Rampage here, and then we're going to go move on to Homes on the Range, and we're actually going to shove the cop bike through the metal detector to get in there. Because we do need to start on Mission 0 rampages. There are actually 2 rampages in the golf course. I don't know if there's one that's particularly faster, maybe the tennis court one just by a couple seconds. But it doesn't make a huge difference. So also fighting time here because this is all party hard timing. And the golf itself can also go.
Nah, it's fine. You guys can talk. It's not that big of a deal.
No, I do wish you luck.
Yeah, well, I wish myself luck too. Surely I won't fail golf, right? Like, surely I could just press the button twice. Surely. No more arigato commentato, bato, alerto. Oh no. Not again.
Man, this is the perfect time to fix it.
Yeah.
Do you do like the...
Yeah.
And the first section's like tutorial on how to swing the golf club, basically.
Yeah.
We just spam circle to skip past it, so the first one we just have to press the buttons once. It's just a comfort thing. I don't think there's any time difference.
I have a deal coming up very soon, Vic.
Yeah, we did used to fly to the police station.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Perfect. Perfect golf playing right here.
A Redloff, it's a issue with my OBS. That's all I know. And I know that restarting the source, like if I go into like audio output capture, whatever it's called. And if I change it from like Discord to, I don't know, something else, right? Like my Google Chrome, and then if I switch it back to Discord, that fixes it. However, it doesn't stay fixed forever, but that's all I know to what fixes it. So I just do that. I can fix it temporarily, but I don't know what's causing it, and it's probably just an OBS thing, so it's not much I can do about it. Yeah.
So
The thing is, I did test all my audio. The only thing I didn't test was Discord, because I don't, I can't really test Discord unless I know there's people to talk to, so yeah, apologies for that, but I don't really have a solid idea of what happens either. It might just be an OBS version thing. It's not something on my end, because I'm not dropping frames, and you guys think my mic sounds fine, right? So anyways, yeah, like Wolf said, we're not much to do here except just wait.
what is Runner doing? He's standing still.
Yep. Yes, the runner is stretching.
I mean, this is the average golf game.
Yeah. We just have to do golf 4 times.
Five.
Right, I mean 4 more times.
Similar levels of
Right, yeah.
excitement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't
The Diaz missions,
Oh yeah.
as we mentioned earlier, Domesticato, Domo Arigato Domesticato. Mouthful. What are you doing? Is skipped because of PACBA. The other 4 we still have, so that's going to be Steal the Dio, which we just skipped. That one's horrendous. It's probably the longest one. It's a huge section of auto scrollers.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 6 minutes or something like that. It's really annoying. It's my nemesis in NMG. Then the one that we're currently working on skipping is the Exchange. Again, if you play it casually, that one might ring a bell. It's a sniper one where there's people ambushing you daily. You have to snipe them. It's pretty horrible, and then you get to drive a truck while being shot at, but the truck has no special properties. It's great. The third one will be Over the Top. That'll be the one you have to steal the hunter from the military base. It's not horrendous, but we're still skipping it because it's still fairly long. And then the final Diaz mission is going to be Last Stand, which is normally the final mission of the game. You fight through big old building, have a boss fight at the end. Skips all of that. So no, we do not end the run with the final mission. Surprise, surprise. We have done none of that this entire run.
Yeah, so here is actually one time where you can actually see. So if you look at the map right now, okay, well, pager came in, but this is what we're talking about when we say that all of the mission strands don't appear on the map at the correct time. So after this pager, you will see the mission markers will pop in, but Diaz will pop in a little bit later than the rest. So yeah, it was pretty quick, but I think this is like the more noticeable, where you can see that it actually is like an order and all of them don't pop in the map at the same time. Actually, I can keep doing it for you guys. So let's look at the map, okay? There, did you catch that? It goes Mendez, Rennie, Gonzalez, Diaz. One more time, just so it'll go Mendez, Rennie, Gonzalez, Diaz. So keep your eyes on the map.
Today.
There, did you see that? Like a cool little line. They all pop in.
The save icon comes much later.
Yeah, and the save icon comes in much later. So if you remember, the save icon is our honorary Umberto symbol. And because there's such a big gap between Diaz and the frame icon, if we pass this golf mission during that 15 frame window or whatever it is, then it will essentially pass as a Diaz mission. So here we are passing the third Diaz mission, which is Over the Top. Chronologically, it will be Domestobot, but Domestobot is skipped for reasons. So yeah, this one will skip Over the Top, which will be canonically the second last mission of the game.
I have a deal coming up very soon, Vic.
Yep. That's not the worst mission in the world, but stay tuned for the NMG race where you actually get to see all these missions.
He said pop in. All right, man.
Well played,
My
Vic.
fault.
Thanks. Regard this as a down payment on your service.
What?
I said the markers pop in. Victor V, what's poppin', partner? Get it? Oh, you don't? Okay, my bad. I'll just shut up. My fault.
Don't get yourself trapped under the bike, me style. Or under a parked car. Yeah, this isn't a VCS thing. Just off topic, you can get yourself stuck under cars and just die.
Isn't that like
So,
every
don't do
game?
that. Yeah, it's every GTA. I just noticed it feels like it happens a lot more in VCS.
Wouldn't be caught being a VCS sweat lord. Yeah, I'm taking one for the team.
Are you canceling Vigilante here to kill the spawns?
No, it's just about to fall off the bike.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess it does.
Oops. Okay, I need to remember not to explode that. Actually, wait, what is this? Is this the fourth one? I've lost track.
This is the fourth one.
Okay.
I mean, you can always just be safe and check with Vigilante before starting Homes on the Range for real.
You want to swim with sharks?
Nah. It'll be fine.
Bonus content incoming.
It'll be fine, right?
Bonus VCS, or yeah, bonus VCS content.
Oh, I started too late. Oops. Okay. I mean, too early. I jumped in at
Just
50.
wait a hot minute.
Yeah.
Ah, Vic. I hope you play golf.
Sure.
Oh my god, cutscenes.
I've played a round or two.
Cutscene hype.
Terrible. I have a deal coming up very soon, Vic.
Okay, we didn't fail golf. Oh wait, there's one more. Oh
Hallelujah.
no, there's one more. I forgot. Oh, I didn't jinx that, right?
Well played, Vic.
Thanks.
Regard this as a down payment on your services. I'll be in touch.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, Homes on the Range, golf for the last time. Surely I won't mess up golf this time, right?
Sam Golf. Psh.
Get the camera skip.
That's good.
Did I get it? Oh, I got it. I'm so good, bro. Like, that's crazy. I just
How do you
saved
get that?
saved half a second.
Actually, crap.
Yeah.
Okay, good. You did the skip successfully.
Yeah. Unless. No. Okay. Okay, we didn't fail golf. All outcome 2 people are shaking right now. Oh wait, can I get an estimate check? I don't actually have live split on right now.
You still have 45 minutes left, which is
Oh,
more than enough.
45 minutes, so I'm
Easy.
at 145 currently.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is
Bonus Chinatown Wars
light.
content.
I don't know about that one.
Now we're on to Purple Haze. This one is a really awful mission. You get stuck in slow-mo for most of the mission. With 2 stars after you, or 3 stars. But hopefully 2 stars if Ethan does the strat correctly to avoid it. And you get to drive a slow van for the second half of the mission. It's fantastic. But there's nothing really special about it.
Control setup what one enjoys about the party in the chat after seeing this mission.
Little stunting action, never hurt nobody. DUI time, let's go. Oh my god.
Oh, did someone actually check if Diaz was off the map?
Yeah, I did. He was off.
Okay.
There's no D.
No D needed.
Mad.
Nice mega jump. Little mega jump action there for you. You still have a detonator. Oh my god. Holy cow.
Actually
Yeah,
saves
good
time on Japanese
I know.
because the pager is much shorter. Gonzarasu.
One day that singular detonator will be used to mega jump towards the start of Purple Haze, like in NMG.
Oh my god.
My god.
Honestly, root it in.
Oh.
Put it in the root dock. That would it be actually faster?
You'd have to steal a car instead of continuing to mega jump.
Yeah, true.
I'm pretty sure the PCJ by itself saves more time than the mega jump probably will. But yeah. Actually, that's something I need to time for NMG too. Is it just faster to just death warp, take the PCJ instead of mega jumping in? It's actually
I mean, you can mega jump to the PCJ as well.
yes, but is jumping to the PCJ faster than death warping to the PCJ?
I would say yes.
Ethan, you time stuff? Yeah. Why? Why?
Quest to your DM.
Oh god.
I want to mention here, because he's using control setup 1, holding L, left bumper, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
actually prevents you from like swerving because you're
Yep. So I can
under the influence at the moment.
Yeah, so what happens is essentially the game automatically steers in the last direction you move. So what I'll do is I'll look left and then let go of L, and that will automatically turn me left. This cop is not being quite kind. So yeah, I will lock the camera now. I'll look right and then I'll let go about here and the game will nicely turn me right. So I can also spam the L button and that'll like do little small turns like this. Yeah, it's pretty neat.
The cop wouldn't have been a problem if you were using control setup 2, Copium.
Hi, man. I don't know about all that.
I switched to control setup 2 at this point. Oh, we didn't hear anything? Yeah, control setup 1 prevents you from swaying, but you can use it to your advantage. Right. Come on, get a cop vehicle here. You know you want to.
Okay,
Hello.
this is a random cop spawn, so he's actually like on foot chasing me, so I have to kill him.
Oh dear. 3 stars, we'll be fine, surely, Coco.
Surely.
So we're setting up for another dupe here. This is the hostile takeover dupe. This will skip unfriendly competition. Hallelujah.
Yeah. And another side
get to
effect for this mission is we can actually keep this infinite minigun ammo that the game gives us for the rampage. Yeah.
Yep.
So we'll have basically a minigun for the rest of this run. Not that there's any major useful like instances for it. Oh.
Other than hostile takeover, but even
Yeah.
that saves like 3 seconds at best. Even though you just have the M249 anyways. Nice bribe star.
Oh, why did I have
But secretly,
wait, what?
you'd not lose the 1 level and just do 4-star hostile takeover.
Wait, did I have 3 stars there?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I would have grabbed the other bribe star, but Uh,
Is there one in
I mean,
Vice
there's one.
anywhere?
oh yeah, there's
There's
one
one just
near
next
the
to the
mall.
Malibu.
There's one next to the mall too, so I'll grab
Yeah,
that.
true. I have no idea where Bribe Stars are in this.
I was thinking about the one near the rocket launcher rampage.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, the good thing here is you have to RNG a police vehicle, but if you do get like busted in the middle of it, it's not the worst because there's another minigun rampage near the police station that you can use. So compared to some of the other setups, it's not the end of the world.
Am I gonna make it in time? Hold up. Pause. I think we'll barely make it. Oh shit. This is actually close.
And back in for content.
Did this
You're
actually
good.
work? Oh yeah, okay. Well, I don't think I got the... Oh wait, I got the minigun too. I was so lucky. I
Wow.
was so lucky.
Okay.
Hey,
See how
I,
that is.
What the hell? Okay. So you were supposed to wait in that cutscene until the timer is at a specific point and then skip it. However, I couldn't do that because I was too late, but I got it anyways, so hey, I'll take it. I'm not complaining.
So this mission doesn't need to be cutscene duped, but you can cutscene dupe it to get the minigun ammo, which we do.
Yeah.
But it's not. The dupe still works fine without it being cutscene duped.
Yeah.
Ethan just got lucky. I see how it is.
Emulator hack surely? Yeah, someone check his PC.
Kiss your ass goodbye.
He's got
I
that.
hate
What
the
is?
fact that this would actually be a really good run if it wasn't for truck stop.
Yeah, if I didn't get absolutely clowned on truck stop, but
Another victim of gun crime.
Yeah,
I just
that wasn't
unlucky.
Horse shit.
entirely his fault.
At least this is a complete night and day comparison compared to the last time.
Oh yeah, compared to 2021, yeah.
Get your hands here.
No, don't you wait for NMG. I'm probably actually gonna do an NMG race or NMG run right after that.
Did I actually get everyone? I did. Nice.
I don't always. Yeah, that's hostile takeover done. That's unfriendly competition skipped. Thankfully. Now we're gonna move on to a quick normal mission. We're gonna do burning bridges. It's actually, this mission's not as horrible as international because international takes away the majority of your weapons. You only get like melee, pistol, shotgun, throwables, and SMG, right? In this one, you get in Japanese and PS2, for that matter, you get all your weapons.
Unfortunately, because 90% is the worst category, we will not get to see the gamer strats that is related to this mission.
Ethan, didn't
However,
you discover that one?
yeah, if you want to see the gamer strat, we'll do it Wednesday when during the NMG race.
I recently learned it. It's really cool.
Yeah. Anyways,
It's honestly easier than it looks. Especially after I figured out the
What are
one
you
of the
waiting
down.
for, man? Get me
Are you gonna do like the skip around the pipes thing?
yep. Oh, well, that wasn't ideal, but okay, let's retry this. Okay.
This is a small skip that Scalar found. Basically prevents enemies from spawning. I don't know how much time it saves.
On like
It's
20
pretty
seconds.
minor. 20 seconds, stay.
If you do this one too. Oh, which I am completely failing, but oh, there we go.
I did not know that was a strat either.
that my pet gun.
I'm learning things today. This is why Ethan's second place and I'm like 4th or 5th.
What's my time right now? Is it gonna be sub 2? No way, right?
No, it won't be. It'll be just over.
What's the time right now?
It's 1:56 right now.
Unless I get a completely nice cop's bike spawn. No, never mind. It's Jover.
I think So Long Schlong itself is like 3 minutes, so.
Yeah, it's 4 minutes, but
He's hopeful, you know.
man can dream, yeah. Anyways, well, we're gonna be way below estimate, unless we get
You're gonna
the
jinx it if you say that.
we get the one in a, okay, so this next dupe, you can hit the last marker of this mission 10 seconds before the game rolls the credits, and the game can crash 10 seconds before the run is dead, and it's completely RNG from what we know.
You have a safety save for this, right?
I do, but I need the glory that this is going to be a legit run. Otherwise,
It's never valid.
yeah. Otherwise, I can't talk shit to the overestimate people. Like, you know.
So right here, this is gonna be last dupe of the run. This is So Long Schlong, which skips in the air tonight. No Phil Collins, but also no copyright issues. Other than the radio, I guess. But it's another cutscene dupe. It's not that bad of a cutscene dupe. The timing isn't as tight as Snitch Hitch is. What he's going to do is he's going to start So Long Schlong, obviously. Emulator, there's some weird camera things, I believe. So you have to start at certain points, but it's not that big of a deal. He's going to skip the first cutscene at 1 second. Nice mega jump. At now 1 second remaining. And then the mission's going to start again while he's in another cutscene. And then he's going to skip that one at a precise point in the dialogue where she says, "Before she rises," I think is the reference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then we do the mission. It's mostly normal other than double enemies, which actually is beneficial for the first part. But at the end, during the final drive, are you going to use the PCJ for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really scary.
Nice parking, buddy. Parallel parking.
Who put that there?
Shouldn't you have? Is there camera issues on this version of PPSSPP?
No.
Oh. Maybe I should upgrade then. Might have to do that. So he skips at 1 second, and then mission starts again while in the cutscene. The reason we have to do cutscene dupes is because if two of like these cinematic movie cutscenes, like with motion capture and stuff, play at the same time, even if it's the same one, game will crash. Just immediately. The two like walking ones, like the non-motion capture ones, I think two can play at the same time and it's okay. But now we're getting an M249. Nope, we're just getting into a better position. So there's a Vic and a Rennie dupe here. It's no big deal. They shouldn't be a little annoying to target. So what are you doing with the aiming?
Yeah, if you keep pressing the thing, then you can like auto target, like even if they're like 15 miles away. So I can just stay here and blast everyone. Oh, that guy sprayed me. Holy.
Yeah. So Ethan has to kill exactly 24 people here.
Yeah, I think that's. I lost count halfway, and I'm guessing these two are the last guys. Oh.
Surely.
Oh shit. Okay. It worked out in the end.
So now we have to go save Rennie. We're gonna make a pit stop, grab a PCJ again because it's fast. It's just a little riskier, but it's not horrible since you can weave and stuff a lot easier than with a car. Because unfortunately in VCS, people can still get shot in cars. Like on a bike, you can obviously get shot, but in car you can still get shot as well in VCS. I don't know if that applies to all the GTAs.
It's a thing starting from LCs.
Okay. So here, mostly normal.
Oh, I didn't get off the bike. Okay, whatever.
I don't know if this needs to be a quiet section or not. It's up to Ethan.
For what? I mean, there's nothing to do here.
It's
Oh no, you guys can talk. We didn't get the funny Rennie voice line because the guy dived. I don't know why he did that, but okay, last
on the
drive,
PCJ?
Copium. Surely we won't game crash, right? Surely.
I assume whoever's doing timer knows when time is.
Okay, so time
for
may be
viewers-
coming. Okay, never mind. Time's not coming up. You got a second. Rennie, honey, do you want to get back on the bike? Cop, can you bugger off, please? Cheers. Right,
Average so long, schlong, dude.
right. What a joke. Man, Red Love is really good at tanking your mental, and of course I get a tire pop. That's a VCS moment.
Is it front or back?
Front.
Oh, front, you're fine. Time is when the credits, when the first visible frame of the credits.
Yeah.
Which will happen after a long fade after the mission passes.
Pause your
so time's
fishes.
not on mission.
Okay, we didn't game crash. Let's go.
Hallelujah.
Alright, and
GG then.
time.
Hallelujah.
155. GG.
What's the final
What's the
time
final
here?
time? I don't have the stream open.
Oh, come on. Why can't I get around this?
2:46.
202.46.
Very good. Very good.
Yes. Thank you for whoever voted underestimate and didn't doubt me. Yeah, all the doubters. Thanks for the
I
points.
believe his game cashed in by a lot of points right now.
Yeah, 15,000 channel points. Thanks for betting on me. Even though this run
That's
was not that great. Honestly,
not that great yet. It's still second place.
Honestly, if the game didn't like fail on that one truck stop instance, I wonder what my time would have been. Cause surely I lost like what 7 minutes there.
Let's say it would probably. I genuinely think it could be world record. Like,
Yeah, it could have definitely
genuinely
been
think
sub
that.
2. I don't know world record. My driving was not that
It
great.
would be an easy sub 2. As for world record,
Yeah.
like maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
It's just more of incentive to continue doing runs, you know?
Yeah.
So, alright, well,
Well, I guess that's
do we want to go visit the concert?
I don't think I mean, is this loading screen gonna end? I didn't actually test this. I know if you death warp there, the loading screen will thing. I think I'm on an infinite loading screen.
Pause, then on pause or something.
Yeah. I did try, but
Very cool.
There's not that.
Finish the game on a soft lock.
well, we finished the game on a semi-soft
there you
lock.
go.
Oh, there we. Oh, nice.
Yeah, you can kill yourself again. No.
Well,
Hallelujah.
oh,
Alright, let's go see this
Or
concert.
let's go see you.
Padlock should be there. It was in my 90% run.
There's no reason for it to not be. Rewards are unlocked even if you skip the mission.
Right.
Which one is it? Is it
Copyright
this one?
issues. There's already plenty of copyright.
Nice. The marker disappeared because
Nice
we get a pager.
When setting up Padlock Warp with the concert?
Never.
Honestly, you could spend 30 minutes just looking for smiley faces.
What?
Smiley face Easter eggs.
Those are things. Man, I do not know a lot about this game.
I have to add that to the bingo.
No? Hope y'all enjoyed that run. Hope y'all learned some stuff about it. I certainly did. Welcome to Phil Collins, I guess.
I can feel it coming.
All right, well, that was VCS any percent, and hope you enjoyed the concert showcase because we finished like way below estimate. I told you guys I would, but yeah, thanks for my commentators for sticking around. Thanks Momo, thanks Wolf, and yeah, I think that's about it from me. So we have tech people. You can take it away. I think that's the last run for the day. I think the next one is going to be tomorrow. So, well, I guess we'll see you guys then. Enjoy your Monday if it's Monday for you, and enjoy your Tuesday if it's Tuesday for you. And yeah, see you.
We'll see you all tomorrow for another round of the GTA 3 USJ's tournament first thing, and then a lot of GTA 5 tomorrow with 100% with Alex Honix.
Oh,
So see you then. If you did miss anything from today, of course, we'll be rerunning it through the night for you Americans and Australians and whatnot. So don't worry, you can catch it all up. And yeah, good night. I'm gonna go to bed. Great job, Ethan. Great run.
Thanks.
And yeah, see you soon.
See you.